So my opinions on drugs. So I personally think that drugs should be decriminalized. Odd opinion. I think that like in Portugal they did that and drug use went down. If the American government wanted drug use to go down, they'd decriminalize it, but that doesn't make money. So, so they just keep doing it. Keep putting people in jail because that shit makes money. So I think we should decriminalize all drugs, make it more available for people who have problems with drugs to get help, make them feel not like a criminal, but like just a normal person getting help, like they are. They are a normal human getting help. And so I don't agree with meth personally. However, I believe everyone should have the right to do it. I will not encourage the people I love to do it. I will absolutely discourage them and beat the shit out of them if they do it because I love them and I don't want them to destroy their lives. But they should have the right to do it regardless. I don't agree with heroin. I don't agree with Molly or any of those things. I know Molly's probably fun. I've only done it once, but I can't like burn my nose. But I don't know. I think that we should not make it a criminal offense. That's why a bunch of people are in jail is over like weed. Like I think that's retarded. The only two drugs I'm probably in support of, because like I don't like acid. That's just from like, I don't know, my family has had like problems with acid. Not all my family, but some of my family have had like a hard time with certain trips. And I think that's scary, especially with like the come down or whatnot. I've heard that that's like the part that really tries your brain. So the whole trip's good. It's all geometric. It's better to be inside rather than being outside because could be bugs or something that could freak out your brain. But yeah, apparently being on acid you should do inside. And the hardest part is falling asleep, and I'd probably die. I'd probably just die. I don't know. It sounds kind of fun, but I will continue to choose not to do that. I think DMT is kind of cool. I'm not gonna encourage anyone to do that, but I think like it's probably all the shit I've heard about like the beings and stuff sounds really cool. So I don't agree with most drugs. I like weed. I think weed's really cool, especially with the martial arts and stuff that me and my teammates do. It's really nice, especially for like jujitsu. A lot of people will smoke CBD or weed in general, or take CBD like edibles, or take CBD baths. It helps relax your muscles a lot. It's a good medicine. I 100% believe it's a medicine. I also believe that it can be abused. It can also be a little bit of like, it's not addicting, but you can become a little bit codependent on weed, I think, and I think that's a little bit of a problem. But as long as you're not hurting people, because like that's what people do on bath salts, and like I think that's not okay. But however, regardless, I think people should have the right to do bath salts. As odd as that seems. I don't know. I think the two drugs that I am in full support of are psychedelic mushrooms and weed. Marijuana, because so psychedelic mushrooms, they have psilocybin in them, which actually like helps depression, which is cool. It can also put you in a really bad mind state, which like I don't know, my recommendation if you ever do choose to do mushrooms, or if you have done them, had a bad experience and want to do them again, or maybe you never want to do them again, totally okay. But if you ever did want to do them or do them again for any reason, I would suggest to be around people you trust, people you love, people you're going to have a great time with, people on a high energy like scale, or if you're not a high energy person, be with people that are on your kind of level, people you trust and love again. And be outside on mushrooms. Bugs never bother me personally on mushrooms. Like I've had a couple bugs like crawl on me and I'm like, dude, that's so cool, like a little grasshopper, so cool. Everything just looks really vivid, and it really opens up your mind state, and depending on like how you use them, it can really help your mind state and help with depression. I also really encourage like microdosing on mushrooms. If you're interested in this, not in general, if you've never done drugs, I don't encourage that, but microdosing is really cool. You can use it for like spirituality or just, yeah, for depression. Just take some with your tea, just get a little bit of like headspace. Seems kind of nice. I've never microdosed. I've been considering it highly, but like in Colorado, mushrooms are legal, man. Like that's so cool. I think that Oregon decriminalizing drugs is really good, but I don't know. It sounds like I think the whole country should do that, but it's gonna be a process. I think it's good that, yeah, hopefully the people in Oregon that are wanting to get help, like truly deep inside, get that help, that they can like not feel like a criminal, because they're not. They're just a human being doing human things. And so mushrooms, yeah, I think they're very fun. Drink lots of water, drink food before you eat them. I don't know what the fuck people say about like eating that shit on an empty stomach because it hits harder. Like that shit's gonna hit no matter what. First time I did it, I split a eighth, like kind of a, I don't know, some people say fat eighth or something. Like I don't know, it's kind of a dumb phrase, but split an eighth with 2 other people, and I tripped balls for like 6 hours. So don't take too much. I know some people are like, I take like a quarter and I don't feel shit, and I'm like, you're lying, but okay. That's just my opinion. I don't know, maybe they didn't feel shit, but I disagree. Yeah, drink water, be around people you love, go outside, be outside, go take a hike or something, somewhere safe. Maybe you have like a friend's backyard that you also trust and love, and you guys can go like hiking and tell your parents, or you know, or maybe you guys have like a property yourself and just go hike in the woods. And yeah, like a guardian that knows what you're doing isn't necessarily needed, but it's nice sometimes. They know like what you're doing, and if you need to go to the hospital or anything, they're there for you immediately, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, just be around people you trust. A little weird thing, apparently you're not supposed to like look in the mirror on psychedelics. I have a couple times and it's really weird, but I've heard some weirder stories from other people, but I don't know. Don't be by yourself. Just please don't. I've known people who have tripped by themselves, and like sometimes it's good, and then other times like they go like big panic attack, and that's horrible, and I would not wish that upon anyone or that person. Like that's horrible. But anyway, mushrooms, weed is good. I think weed's nice. I think people should honestly wait until after they're 25. I know that's when your like brain like your frontal lobe is finished developing, and I wish I would have waited to do most of the shit I've done until I was 25. But yeah, DMT seems kind of cool. Salvia is weird. Salvia is really weird. I did not like that. I don't know, I just have a bias against a lot of drugs. I do not like alcohol at all. I think it's a waste of time, a waste of money, and a waste of my liver. Yeah, because like beer fat, that shit takes so much to get off of your body. Like, I don't know. Like that beer gut is real for both women, men, people in general. Like that is just crazy. So I have a strong bias against alcohol. But like that's also another like family thing. Like, you know, I don't like abusive alcoholics. That shit's ridiculous. Abusive, angry alcoholics, just like, don't want to be anywhere near that. But yeah, so my opinions on drugs are that only weed and mushrooms are like solid drugs. But however, another thing with mushrooms is that personally I only do them once every year. I use it as like a spiritual sort of like, you know, reset my mind, I guess. I don't think that people should be doing acid or mushrooms every weekend. However, again, regardless, that is not my choice, and people should have the right to do mushrooms or acid every weekend or day or whatever they're planning. That's just not me. I think that once a year is like, it keeps the euphoria, like the euphoric part of that drug, rather than just like destroying it because your brain's all mushy. But I don't know. I met a lot of really smart people who are totally fried, but they're really smart. They do acid every weekend and they're fried, but they are really smart. So I'm not saying that they're not smart. Don't say that I said that, because I did not. I think everyone's like way smarter than people give people credit for. But yeah, mushrooms are cool. I only do them one time. I went like 2 years without doing them, and like after that, that was really cool. That was this last summer. Over quarantine, you know, went on the woods with my best friend. Had a solo trip, which is really weird, just one-on-one. Yeah, no, it was really good. Just like vibe to like some really good music, because they have really good music taste. They go by they. But yeah, no, super good. Just lots of water, food. I like to do it in the morning, go on like a nice hike. But just don't be alone. Drink lots of water. Yeah. Weed's good. Meth is not good. But that's just my opinion. Oh, this thing. I forgot. Another drug. So nicotine. I am completely against this thing. However, I use it. I quit for a year and a half almost, and March 1st last year I started again, so that sucks. Like I think that shit's like really bad. Like some of it tastes like candy. You just keep smoking it for years and years, and people have smoked it like since they were like 7, 13, 20. You know, they just keep smoking it till they die because they tried it once. And I think there's this one idea I learned from one of my yoga instructors, and she was saying that it takes 5 generations to eradicate any sort of like bad quality, I guess. Like that gets into like elitism, and that is not what I'm going for, but like it takes like 5 generations to like eradicate nicotine addiction or obesity or alcoholism or drug addiction or there's a bunch of different examples. Oh, anxiety. Anxiety is a really good example. That is like literally genetic, because you pass it on to your children like while they're, that's a really odd idea, but while they're like in the womb, you can pass on anxiety just because you are such an anxious mother that the child's like know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, so I think it's weird that, but like I honestly believe if I stopped vaping and like I maybe have kids and they never vaped, and then my kids never vaped, and my kids never vaped, and my kids never vaped, like maybe the next generation wouldn't even want that, you know? Or like with anxiety or any of those examples I brought up, like that is a really good, like 5 generations is a long time, but like that would take a really long time to try and like better ourselves, like on an external level, I guess, because like I know a lot of people that like are, you know, any of those things, like drug addicts, they're obese, or they vape or whatever, they are doing like internal work, but like those external things are also really difficult. Or like I don't know, like popping my knuckles, like that'll probably take like 5 generations to eradicate from my genes or whatever. Kind of an odd concept, but I don't have to do like a second video on that concept. But yeah, I don't know, it's hard, especially, I don't know. But anyway, mushrooms and weed are good. I am for those ones because of the help with like depression, or like people smoke weed to help with their appetite or with their mood or with sleep because they have insomnia. I think it's really cool.